get hold of this Bitcoin, because when we look um, at the prices of this Bitcoin, we find that it's already 1.8 million, it's already 2 million. Imagine. So not many people out there have 2 million that they can just withdraw from their bank accounts and put them into cryptocurrency. So we have a strategy that we'll want to share with you that can assist us, that can assist you as it assists us to accumulate this Bitcoin. So before we get to that strategy, maybe the question is, what is Bitcoin? Okay. Maybe you're not hearing this for the first time, but I know that sometimes this Bitcoin story, this cryptocurrency story is such a Greek, like it was to me, like it was to many people, such a Greek that you really, really don't get to understand it. So if you can just give me the opportunity to share it with you once again today, and I hope that the more we hear about it, the more we get to understand it and and create that passion that is necessary. We normally say that we become bullish so that we can create that strength and the understanding to really, really be bullish about Bitcoin. All right. So Bitcoin is a currency. It's a means of exchange. It's a medium of exchange. It is that thing that it is used to buy, goods and services. So it is a currency. I always say that here in South Africa, it's not called a currency. Reserve Bank says, no, it's not. So it is being explained as a crypto asset. So it depends where you are at. Bitcoin it's a currency, it's a crypto asset, but it is a medium of exchange. And again, it is a commodity and it's a payment system. So I just want to again just explain this further. Like I've already mentioned, that it's a currency, it's a form of money that allows people to send and receive money. It's a peer-to-peer, person-to-person system of money without needing a bank or government, right? So the question is, what will be in between? Because I cannot travel to Bloemfontein to go drop some money there. So it should be something in between, and that is what we're going to be talking about. Because at the moment, the bank is in between, and the bank and the government are the creators of this money that we are using today. But we now have created Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the money created by people for the people. So it has really eliminated or removed the bank and the government in as far as those two institutions being in between two people or more. So that is a Bitcoin. So let's look at the features and then the description. It is created by a person or group of people using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. This was in 2009. And when they created it, they stipulated in a document which we call white paper, they stipulated that only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist. So that is the supply limit of Bitcoin. So we can never find, 21 or 21.1 million Bitcoins. It's just going to be 21 million Bitcoins. And so far, we have almost 19 million in circulation. So there's only 2 million that is still to be mined, that is still to be created or generated. Okay. Now, again, Bitcoin is a decentralized form of money. When we say decentralized, we just mean that it is not centralized. It's not controlled by a specific body, it's not controlled out of a boardroom and meetings somewhere. There's no central authority that controls it. So it is decentralized. So the question is, if it's decentralized, then who is behind it? That's the question that people will always ask. So if the government is not there, then who is there? So people are there. And the technology which is called blockchain is there. So it's really people and then the blockchain technology. And what is it, this blockchain technology? Actually, it's a public digital ledger that records all transactions. So, like I mentioned earlier, to say that it's a peer-to-peer form of money. So the government is not in between, the banks are not in between. So what is in between? The technology is in between, blockchain technology is in between. And what is it? What is it? What is all about this blockchain technology? It's a public digital ledger. If it's a public digital ledger, it means the transactions that gets to be recorded on this book, money book, which is called a ledger. It's public. Anybody can be able to see the movement of money from one person to another. Basically, we see the movement of money on this digital ledger. It records all transactions. So for those who already have a Bitcoin, wallets, those who have already registered themselves with the exchange houses, they can see that if they go under their wallets and history, the transactions will still be there from the day you started putting whatever amount you started with. All those transactions will be reflected there and they will stay there. And they are not private, even now, if we can go into one of the exchanges and just go look, we'll find that we'll see that somebody now just bought Bitcoin worth this. Somebody now just bought Bitcoin worth this. So it is public out. It is public, it's out there. It's not the same as the system of banking at the moment. Right now, there are people that are moving money as we are here. But we don't know who is moving money from where to where. It's centralized. It's a system that is centralized, protective, protected by POPI Act, all those things. But with Bitcoin, the movement of money, it's just out there. It's in the public. And the use case. What is it all about? A Bitcoin's use case is that it can be used to buy goods and services or held as an investment. So you can buy with it or you can hold it. You can keep it, in your wallet, hold it to see it go to 5 million or to 10 million. It depends on you, but you can hold it. At the moment, there are a lot of people who are saving money in different places, even under the mattress. People are saving money, but the money they are saving doesn't become an investment in the sense that it's not growing. It's actually losing the power to buy. Hence, we have Bitcoin to come and close those kind of gaps. So Bitcoin is not something that has just come to destabilize the economy, but it is here to bring about a solution in the financial sector. So if we look at it that way, then we'll be able to understand it better rather than saying, no, I don't want it. It's a game. It's a what? It's a what? No, it's a solution. It's coming to pick up, where the current system is actually lacking. So to know it earlier, it's much, much better. And again, Bitcoin is a commodity. A commodity is a basic good or asset that can be traded, exchanged, or used as a store of value, like your gold, like your oil or wheat, including the salt that is in our cupboard. That salt used to be used as a means of exchange. So it was traded. It was a commodity. People used to search for this salt, but it's no longer. People have moved away from salt. They moved away from wheat. The majority of people, they have moved. So we are currently going to be moving away from the paper money as we know it and getting into the digital form of money. Maybe we'll have many other things coming, but for now, we have this solution, which is a Bitcoin. And maybe if I have to go back a little bit, so what the governments are doing right now is to try to create to create legislation, to develop legislation so that there can be a proper way of handling this digital form of money within the economy, right? So that there are no money laundering, people are not actually coming into Bitcoin for money laundering and for many other things. So the government it's continuing to try to understand what this Bitcoin is all about. So here is a commodity feature. It's fungible, meaning each unit is the same. 1 Bitcoin equals to 1 Bitcoin. So it is fungible. And again, it's tradable on markets. It's being traded globally like gold. So many people are trading. As a matter of fact, when you buy and sell, you are trading. So we are all trading Bitcoin when we start to buy and sell it. So again, it is limited in supply so that it can be able to create a store of value. It's limited in supply, 21 million. And all of us here on the planet Earth, we are around 7 billion people. So obviously, there's going to be a scarcity at some point, of which is really kicking in more because there are only 2 million, more because there are only 2 million Bitcoins that needs to be mined so far. So this Bitcoin is often called as a digital gold. So it is something that you need to keep. Right now, you know what people are saying about gold? They say if you have gold, you have money. So if Bitcoin is a digital gold, then we can as well just say if you have Bitcoin, you have money. That's why it's important for us to understand it and participate in it. What is the electronic system? An electronic cash system or digital cash system is a way to send and receive money electronically without using physical cash like coins or paper notes. So it's a payment system. We transfer money over the internet or electronically. We make purchases or send funds digitally. So again, we store it in electronic format. So this money is stored in electronic format, which is something really that it's not happening at the moment with the current form of money. Now let's get to understand Bitcoin mining. What is Bitcoin mining? Actually, the question is, how do we even get to have a Bitcoin? Where is it coming from? Who makes it? So we have a process which is called Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin mining is important because it's actually the genesis of Bitcoin. Bitcoin gets to be created through mathematics on the blockchain, and therefore it gets to then be made available. So there is a mathematical formula that these miners being these machines, has to solve so that then there can be Bitcoins that are created, in a sense that when whoever miner which gets that formula right, they get to be compensated with these Bitcoin. So when a miner has those Bitcoin, then they can, just keep them or sell them to exchanges and so on and so on, right? Because they mine as in like forever, all through day, all through night. So Bitcoin mining, it becomes very important. It is important. There is no Bitcoin without Bitcoin mining. So it is important. So the function, again, that we can look at is that it provides security, it provides stability on the blockchain technology, on the blockchain, in a sense that the way the blockchain is transparent. One other thing about blockchain is that it's transparent. It provides that transparency, integrity of information. Therefore, the information that moves on this technology, it's secured. And again, it allows, because of blockchain technology, it allows decentralization. So we can mine Bitcoin because it is decentralized. So decentralized in these two formats. The first one, when we mine Bitcoin, the miners, their machines, if you can look at my far right, these are physical machines that must be put inside a building or in your house or in your office. This is a physical machine, and so anybody can mine Bitcoin. So I can mine, you can mine, somebody in Kuala Lumpur can also mine, and somebody, somewhere in Malaysia can also mine. So it is decentralized in that manner. It's everywhere. We are all get to be connected on the internet, on the blockchain. We are all connected, on the blockchain, in a sense that now if you are connected, I'm connected, they are connected, so we all can see what is happening. We all can see, oh, okay, who has gotten this formula right, and so on and so on. So the advantage of decentralization, especially with Bitcoin, is that when there is war, say in Russia, in Ukraine, in Israel, in Iran, mining doesn't stop. Nobody, mining doesn't stop. Even if they can bomb the mining houses in those places, somebody's still mining here in Namibia, somebody's still mining here in South Africa. So mining continues. It is decentralized. So that is the advantage of the structure of Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin mining allows the issuance of new Bitcoins. Like I've mentioned, that when a miner gets the formula right, then they get to be compensated with new Bitcoin. So it allows that. Now, the other thing about that decentralization is that transactions can be verified. If I send you Bitcoin right now, between me and you, there's a technology that's blockchain technology. And Bitcoin mining is that event where the transaction, the Bitcoin I'm sending you, gets to be verified, checked as to whether this is the Bitcoin that the blockchain knows, blockchain technology. Is it the Bitcoin that actually got, created on the blockchain technology before it gets to be sent to you? So that movement, that checking, it's fast. It doesn't take 24 hours, 48 hours like our banking system, because even with the bank, there is a transaction verification, in the sense that when I send you money from my FNB to your Standard Bank, there is a server somewhere that checks whether I have the money I'm sending, or many other things in between. But in this case, the blockchain technology is there, is standing in the place of the thing. So that is why we know that banks will keep on getting smaller and smaller and smaller in terms of how they work, how they move money. They're gonna be getting smaller and smaller in that regard. And again, Bitcoin mining therefore provides network stability. Because of mining, nobody can cheat. Nobody can, throw in a Bitcoin that nobody knows. So that by itself provides stability. So Bitcoin mining is critical, it's important. And what is best about it, the way it is created, because it's decentralized, everybody qualifies to mine this Bitcoin. Therefore, because of that, it's really a game changer, I must say. It can help lots and lots of countries. It can help lots and lots of families. It can help everyone because there is no barrier. There is nobody that says you must be having a doctorate in anything. You must be staying somewhere. Everyone can mine Bitcoin. So it closes the gap. It kind of like puts people on the same level. It depends on how hungry you are. How much do you want of it? How much do you understand of it? That it can, be able to change your life in the future. Remember that when it started at 0.000 whatever, these zeros that we don't know how to call them. But today we can say it is 1.8 million. It has grown over 10 years to 1 million. And it will definitely move from that 2 million to 10, probably maybe over 5 years or 8 years. It keeps on going up as much as it fluctuates, but it keeps on moving. And therefore, if you understand that and you understand the scarcity phenomenon, then you are in a better place to understand that you also need to grow your portfolio, your wallet of Bitcoin. Okay, so this slide here is just an indication of where the Bitcoin mining is concentrated. So we have top tier, we have little to no, and little to almost nothing. If you look at Africa, so there's a lot of opportunity in Africa here for us to start doing something about Bitcoin. And again, this slide just shows which countries are really holding much of it. United States remains the boss, so they have a lot of it. Okay, now here it's an event which is called Bitcoin halving. It's a big one. When I got to know about Bitcoin, I just got invited to a home presentation. And when I arrived there, I did not know what to expect because the person who invited me just also said, I also don't know. Somebody just wants to come here and talk about business. So they started talking about Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Banks are going to close. The price is going to 1 million. And then at that time, the price was around 8,000 and so on. And it was just before halving. So I came home. I did not understand anything much, I must say. But I came home and just, try to understand, to read about it on the internet and so on, and only to find that there was no information. You can go to, you will go to all the websites that will come up, but all of them, they have a paragraph of the same thing. So there was really not much for of information at the time. But I think for me, what I heard is that it's going to change the lives of anybody who will buy it. And therefore, because I wanted my financial life to change, so that is why I pursued it. I really pursued it and tried to see how I can get hold of some Bitcoin. So I went and bought some, And I saw it growing from that 8,000 grow to 200. And in my mind, I thought, the 1 million they are talking about, no, it's not going to come. But it ultimately came, So in the process, we got to be taught again. Information came to say, hey, there's something that's called Bitcoin mining. You can actually mine this Bitcoin or participate within, or with companies that have positioned themselves as mining companies that would like to mine with people. So we got into that as well. So what is this Bitcoin halving? Bitcoin halving is just saying that the amount of Bitcoin that gets to be released within a certain period gets to be halved, right? Okay, which period? Starting from 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, like now we are over 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Bitcoin miners out there have mined Bitcoin and they got compensated with Bitcoins. It happens every 10 minutes. So that is why people say that as long as your money is not working for you, you'll work until you are no longer able to work. So when you get involved into things like these, where you can let your money create money whilst you are still busy with other things, I think that is one of the ways that people can just take as much as they understand. Now, what happens here with Bitcoin halving is that when this Bitcoin started, this Bitcoin mining in 2009, every 10 minutes, 50 Bitcoins were given to whoever miner has solved that mathematical problem. Every 10 minutes, they will be given 50. And at that time, a lot of people were skeptical. Many people forgot their password. It was just, it was a lot. But the miners were not stopping. They just kept on working. And every 10 minutes, 50 Bitcoins were issued. So we've learned that after 210 blocks of mining, then there should be halving, which it has already positioned itself so far to be after every 4 years. So after every 4 years, we are seeing that these miners are able to create 210 blocks of Bitcoin. Now, after every 4 years, there must be a halving. So the supply is reduced by half. So from 2009, then it was reduced here in 2012, somewhere here, and then was reduced again in 2016. So we moved from 50 every 10 minutes to 25, from 25 to 12.5, from 12.5 to 6. Now we are right here at 3.125. So right now miners are being compensated with 3.125 Bitcoins. So if a miner right now is able to solve, say, this mathematical problem, and they get to be compensated, so they get 3 Bitcoins at a go, and maybe let's say they get it right 3 times a day, so they will be getting 369 Bitcoins a day. Maybe the other days, other companies are getting it right. So maybe we get it twice or thrice or 5 times, it depends. So you can see the work that gets to be done by the miners. And their compensation really, it comes with the value of Bitcoin as it grows. So then they're able to as well pay off the expenses they incur for mining this Bitcoin. So this is a Bitcoin halving. It creates scarcity because the supply is always being reduced. Okay, so we are now heading for 2028. where, it will be a half of 3.125. So from now to 2028, I want to believe that this is our open window where we can collect as much as we can, so that when the price becomes like it is predicted, a lot of people are predicting it to be 436, it's almost 10 million. They predict that by 2028, it will be 10 million, around 10 million, one Bitcoin. But at least whatever we will have collected will also grow, and therefore it may come as a life-changing, money that you're not gonna be able to have it if you just follow the current system of accumulating money. So it is an investment. You hold it as an investment, and again, like we mentioned, there are ways of collecting it, and one of them is through Bitcoin mining that I'm going to explain. But we talked about buying and selling. You can be a seller of something and just say, I'm also taking Bitcoin as a form of payment. As a matter of fact, here in South Africa, we have there in Soweto, there is a Soweto Bitcoin something that is happening. So they are actually going in to the township, just helping businesses there to start accepting Bitcoin. So it's coming slow by slow. It keeps on coming every day. It's our responsibility to load merchants into Bitcoin so that they can collect Bitcoin for themselves. So it doesn't matter what you sell. You can be selling a bag, you can be selling whatever you are selling. You can just ask to be paid with Bitcoin. In that way, that's how you can also accumulate it. But today, I am going to share with you how to accumulate it through Bitcoin mining. So this is a slide just for the price prediction as predicted by our beloved Standard Bank. So Standard Bank here says by this year, this Bitcoin is going to be $200,000. So we'll just wait to see when it becomes that, which means they say it will be around 3.6 million. So still to be seen. All right, so I want to talk about iMine. iMine is the company that wants, or that has positioned itself as a Bitcoin mining company, whereby it comes down to our level to say, all right, you can come and mine with us, because Bitcoin is for the people. So they invite people to come, let's mine. Here is the electricity. I'll buy the machine, I'll bring the expertise, and let's just mine. So for this to really take off, it should be really be done as well through word of mouth, right? Which is like network marketing, network marketing. So iMine is saying we can mine passively. So it's a passive form of accumulating Bitcoin, whereby you then also rent a space in this machine, and therefore you get paid on a daily basis. But also they give us the opportunity to say, if you have friends that may also be interested, you can bring them in, then we'll have to pay you for bringing them in. So that is why we have this word of mouth, the affiliate marketing element. And this is where we are saying, then we have the business opportunity side of it. So you can take it as a business and share with people, help people to accumulate Bitcoin. Anybody can accumulate Bitcoin. So this is what I would like to share. Okay, so iMine, it's a registered company in El Salvador. I'm sure we maybe not all of us, but El Salvador is that country where they started by making Bitcoin a currency, and they are just open for Bitcoin. They are mining it. They're inviting companies that are mining to come. There is no tax there. Uh, in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So iMine went and registered their company there on the 7th of November 2023. So iMine's objective is cloud mining, BTC investment teachings, and BTC marketing networks. So that is why we continue to educate and also to let people know that this is marketing. We are marketing this, and we are just saying it is a word of mouth. A friend can invite a friend, a cousin can invite a cousin. So why do we partner with iMine? iMine has experts that they are mining with. They're also experts. So they have a partnership with a company called MineBest, which is a company that has quite an extensive experience in mining Bitcoin. So they've partnered with them. So they're taking care of the machines, and they are experts in the field of Bitcoin mining. What makes a company or a person to be an expert? It is because they started, early. They made their own mistakes along the way. They learned because nobody knew. People just got in and tested this thing. They kept on going. And so today, 10 years later, 13 years later, we can say they're experts, at least they know something about mining. iMine also provides a 24/7 technical and customer support. So you can send your email to support at iMine, then you will be responded to. And again, it's a pioneering force. iMine is a pioneering force in crypto mining industry, serving as the first fully interactive digital mining platform. Again, it's building the community. It's building the community whereby it compensates them for bringing friends and cousins, and it gives people bonuses and rewards. The more you bring people, the more you'll be compensated, and the more you'll be given bonuses and rewards and so on. Because basically, the more people we have, the bigger community we have, and the more mining machines we will have, and the more mathematical solutions we will be solving. So that is why, you can choose iMine. How do we start? So the first thing, you contact the person who invited you here. They will give you a link to be a member of the community, and therefore you will select your hash power, the package, the kind of like the amount you are going to be renting this hash power with, and then from there you can then start to mine the next day. So, and then from there, you start earning these Bitcoin according to the contract that you'll have entered in. All right. So there are new packages. Let me just quickly stop here and, oh, sorry. Okay. Let me just stop here and just go in one of the live accounts here and just show you these new packages. The fact that iMine would add more of these packages, I think that just shows that there are people that have said, give us something bigger, and so they're responding to that call. Okay, so here are these packages. I'm sure this is an account. All right, so we have the packages that starts from $250 So $50 is just over 5,000. So the contract, it's 1,400 days of mining. You're starting after 1 day. So you buy the package today, and then you get to start earning the next day. So the speed of collecting will be at 50 terahash. And then the hash rate after 700 days gets to be doubled. So we have a discounted hash power. There's a promotion that's going now. So after 700 days, if you buy before it ends, it's going to be doubled. So we have the 500 USDT one just before 10,000, somewhere around 9,000 there. And then we have $1,000. We have the 2001, 2,000 USDT, 3.5 USDT, 10,005. Now the new packages is the 31,500 USDT. We have the 63,000 USDT and the 105. So 105, it's about what, 1 million? Yeah, it's over 1 million, 1.8 million. So people are just getting into mining with that amount, you know. So the conditions are the same, 1.5, 1,400 days, you mine the next day. So they will be mining at 6,300 terahash. And then after 700 days, there's going to be 12,600 plus 800. So they're going to get 800 terahash bonus. Okay, so when I click on this diamond one, it gives me the report for 10 days. So whoever bought or whoever buys this one, in the last, if somebody bought it the last 10 days, today they will have made 2,735. Remember, again, the price of Bitcoin keeps on going up and down. So this is the information based on the historic data, which is the last 10 days. So people that put down that $105,000, they, in 10 days, if I multiply this by 18 rand, they will have made for themselves 49,000 rands in 10 days. So yeah, I think it is good money. So if I click on 63, this ones will have made 1.6, 1641. I'm just calculating here, multiply by 18. They will have made themselves 29,000 rands in 10 days. The more, it just shows the more you put money down, the more you will earn, because now your speed of mining is increasing. Okay, maybe let's go. Let's say, no. And what if I buy with $500? So if you buy with $500, in 10 days, you'll have made what? $12. $12. That's the accumulated in 10 days. So if I say $12 multiplied by 18, it's 216 in 10 days that you'll have accumulated. So if you go to 20,000, you'll have made 24, which is basically double of that. So anyone, we can start anywhere. There is no law to anything. People can start anywhere, and keep on buying, keep on accumulating as they get the money and grow their mining power. Again, if you decide to play in the space of business, of word of mouth, then you are going to accumulate it even faster, because now you're going to be not only getting what comes out of these machines, but you'll also be earning from the bonuses and the commission that you get when you invite other people. Okay, so I want to then show you that the last part of how are these bonuses get to be paid. Okay, here is a compensation plan, right? So we have been paid. We have actually compensation plan 1, 2, 3, and the rank up bonuses. Okay, so the first thing, say you have told your cousin, the cousin comes through and they also buy themselves a package, then you get to be paid a commission of the maximum of 10% of the package they bought. So you can be able to invite a cousin who buys a 250 USDT. And so you are going to be paid $25 worth of Bitcoins. So if I multiply this 25, is 450 worth of Bitcoin that gets to be given to you for taking your time to tell your friend or your cousin. So that is the first way of earning on this compensation plan. Then the second one it's called a binary cycle bonus. So a binary cycle, it's basically, if I need to explain a binary, it's a structure, it's a business structure. So they're using the binary where you have the left and the right. So you'll place your cousins, your friends, will just place them either on the left or on the right. So the rule says when you have 5 points on the left, 5 points on the right, then they will compensate you 150. They will give you $150. So this $150, it's something like 2.7. Now, how do we get these 5 points? If you look at my far right here, a 250 package, the binary points is 0.5. If a person buys for 1,000, the binary points is 2 points. If a person buys for 10,500, the binary points is 21. So that's how the points will come and sit here on your left or on your right as you put the people. So when it gets to 5, then you are paid 2.7. So there can be a lot of money that is made out of that. And because it just requires you to bring your people over here to the presentations, to learn, to go and share with others. And then as they register, you just keep on collecting all those 10%. And then when there is a 5 on the left, they collect 150. Now, the Iman continues to say, now, if the people you have brought in the business collected this $150, this 2,700, we will continue to give you $10 per team member. So if my user one is cycling, we say they're cycling, if they have 5 here, then they will be given 150 for the work they've done. But Ayman also says, we'll also thank you with the $10. So it's a lot of money. $10, it's like 180, which is just the money that gets to be paid when the people who brought in the business cycle. So the more people cycle, the more $10 you can make. You can make up to $100 a night. You can make up to $1,000 a week out of this $10, and again, over and above, you yourself also are getting paid this $150. So you can be paid the $150 either twice a night, twice a day, or 4 times a day, or 6 times, up to 10 times a day, up to 12 times a day. So you can be cycling like that each and every day. So you can imagine how much money really is sitting on these business of word of mouth. It's a network marketing. That's where actually most people undermine it out there, but really it creates millionaires. It builds people's dreams. So when we start, we all are minors. So we start here as a minor, but as you invite a lot of people, then there are these ranks that gets to be given depending on the sales volume that you are bringing into iMind. And therefore, even number of cycles per day, because the team is growing. So the number of cycles also gets to grow as you bring more business. So this is where the gem of making money is sitting. So I will encourage anyone who really would like to start to really start, because some people started 14 years back, and you are hearing about this Bitcoin now. So it's your turn to start, so you can start. So iMine is celebrated its 30th anniversary in Dubai on the 14th of April. It was their 30th anniversary. And so next year, it will be their 4th-year anniversary. So you can see here there are a lot of people from Asia, but there are some people from Africa as well. Some of them are in the call that just went there to go and see what how big is iMine, and just mingle with people that are doing what they are doing. So I'm sure next year it's going to be you and me here in the pictures. So there's growth again. So far, we are over 35, thousand people who have joined iMine now. The hash power is already over 46,000. The total compensation payments is 36 million. It's over 36 million that gets to be paid to people who are doing word of mouth. That's why I say we can all just be South African millionaires, or we can be like dollar millionaires. And then we have 2.1 million here for just people that are paid for ranking up. So if you rank up, there's a special amount that gets to be paid over and above. And therefore that so far it's almost over 2.1 million. So the plan of iMine is to keep on going, to keep on growing, so that in 2026 they're looking forward to have a sales turnover of $480 million, and of which they will reach, because now they have put those packages that's worth $1 million. So it's not going to be a challenge. So that shows us in 2027, those packages will have gone a little bit up. So it's our time now to start wherever we can, so that we can also grow with this new form of money, and look back 10 years back, and just 10 years to come, and just look back and said, I'm glad that I participated on time, and look at what I have managed to accumulate. So this just brings us to the end of this presentation tonight. I hope that you got something for yourselves. And if you have any questions, maybe you can just drop the question in the chat, and then we can respond to that question. Or you can ask the person that invited you here. Looking at the time, it's 9 o'clock, and then you will be answered. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming through. Bitcoin, it's a real thing. Bitcoin, it's real. And we just need to pay attention and keep on going, and keep on going, and build ourselves the legacy. Our children's children will be happy, will be excited that we did this for them. Thank you, everyone.